2 minutes and come back to the TV kids we grew up with. Erin Murphy, Tabitha's next. Stay with us.
Little bird.
Yes.
Tabitha.
Grandma says I can do anything I want.
No one can give you permission to use witchcraft except me.
But you won't.
That's right. Now, you unwitch that bird, young lady.
Okay, be the way you were before.
Erin Murphy, Tabitha, all grown up. I know this is probably the most asked question you get, but do you still need your finger to wiggle your nose?
I don't do that anymore.
You don't?
No.
Did you get into magic as a result of that show? I mean, did you
Actually,
get
I worked as a magician's assistant for a little while, but it had nothing to do with the show.
Now, like Dawn's, yours was a good experience, basically.
Right, totally. I didn't have a bad experience at all on the show. It was wonderful for me. I worked with great people. I had wonderful parents who made me be a normal kid. I never realized how much money I was making. I did chores around the house, and I got $1 a week allowance. So it wasn't, I never realized that I was basically a TV star. I was just a normal kid. So I had a great time on the show, and I didn't have
And you're
problems.
a twin.
Right. I have a fraternal twin sister, Diane, but we don't look alike, so we weren't really used interchangeably on the show.
She was on the show, too?
Yeah, well, at the beginning, they used us when we were babies. They kind of trade us back and forth. But then as we got older, we looked less and less alike. So occasionally they'd show her from the back or at a distance, but they didn't show her face very often.
I wonder how you feel listening to some of the sad stories we've heard so far.
Well, I think it's kind of a misconception that child stars always have tortured lives and problems. I think if you took a group of any children, say you take 100 children from any school and follow their lives, there will be successes and failures and people who get involved with drugs and any number of things. And I think it's just, it receives so much publicity because they are actors. But I don't think on a whole that child actors turn into troubled adults at all.
Dawn, you have a feeling about that?
Well, yeah, I have a feeling. I was just talking to Jay a little earlier and saying it's the aunt and uncle, not the show business experience exactly that caused that. Had he been in something else that the aunt and uncle might have had control of him, unfortunately, he was exposed. But also, it's interesting to see how forgiving people are. They loved you as a child. They loved you on the show. They had a feeling for you, and it's interesting to see the response here with the audience, how loving they are to everybody here, knowing the hardships they've gone through. They're very forgiving with that. I find that very interesting.